just the beginning of the third quarter. The first half for Lance was scintillating. Take a look at this, folks. I want you to have a look at what he's done already. He is 200 right here in this particular game, the current game. 75% completion, 97 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Okay, so you would say big wow, he's maybe on a 200-yard pace for the game. But look at what he's done beneath this. 9 of 12 and 2 touchdowns and 75%. Now, for a number of quarterbacks, you would say that's a pedestrian game, a pedestrian outing, but not for this guy. Because if you regularly watch Zenny62 YouTube, you remember in 2021 when the 49ers played the Las Vegas Raiders preseason in Santa Clara, the 49ers had a special game plan where they used Trey Lance in a read option offense and totally caught the Raiders off guard defensively, exposing a weakness. And the 49ers later admitted that they had essentially, remember, Kyle Shanahan was then and is now the head coach, two types of offenses, one for Trey Lance and one for the others like the Brock Purdy's of the world. In other words, they had it launched what I call the RG3 strategy from when Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for the then called Washington Redskins, and they had drafted RG3 in the first round and then Kirk Cousins in the fourth round, and had two offenses, one for RG3, the runner, and one for Kirk Cousins, the passer. Or if you want to get baser about it, one for the black running quarterback and the other one for the white passing quarterback. Well, that's what the 49ers did with Trey Lance and later admitted it. So it comes as no surprise that this is the first game that Trey Lance has actually ran a play action pass successfully for completion. This is the first game where Trey Lance has not been asked to run the ball out of a play, either in read option fashion or as a runner on a sweep or some variation. This is the first game that Trey Lance has been actually placed in the position of a quarterback running plays that any other quarterback can run. This is the first game that Trey Lance has actually been shown or been allowed to show what he can do as a standard issue NFL quarterback. Everyone knew Trey Lance had the kind of talent you're seeing. The trouble is that because you had coaches then and now to a lesser extent who have a mentality that if you have a black quarterback, he has to be able to run and he has to be able to have a Lamar Jackson level of capability, then you put a running offense in for him. And if you remember, that was the 49ers mentality when they drafted Trey Lance in the first round. The highest the 49ers have ever taken a black quarterback in history. When the Cowboys got Trey Lance, they didn't veer far away from that strategy at all. The difference was that the Cowboys had Trey Lance running as a quarterback. Oh, sure, he threw, all right? But this Chargers offense in preseason has Trey Lance running play action, has Trey Lance, yes, moving and throwing on the run, something that he didn't do a lot of either in San Francisco or with the Dallas Cowboys, some. So the difference is that Trey Lance is being asked to run an offense that any quarterback coming out of college today can run. And Trey Lance is doing well because he's had enough time in the NFL to find people who see what he can really do in the case of Jim Harbaugh and his people and get the best out of him, and that's what you're seeing. So, hey, look, if the Chargers get to a point where their main guy goes down, they're in good shape with Trey Lance as it looks right now, and they know it. And I'm really happy for Trey Lance that he is finally with a team that's not messing over him, that's not giving him the black quarterback look, but putting him in a core offense that is designed to get receivers open, enact a ball control strategy, pick up yards, score touchdowns, and maintain a lead. Not bad. So if you're wondering why Trey Lance is having a moment, I just told you something you're not even going to hear on national television. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark NFL News by Zenny62.com. See ya.